What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Outside Life. It's a big sad, man, and I'm back out here today on this beautiful day. It's a sunny day outside, man, and we got some things to do around the yard. And I was sitting there thinking of all the things that we had to do. Uh, yeah, you can play with your lawnmower. Yeah, there you go. There go your lawnmower. I was sitting there thinking of the things we had to do today, and they all had to do with stray cats. And it's funny to me how much stray cats have become a part of my life. Um, not by choice, obviously. The last two places that we owned, cats have been an issue. And it was like before we lived in any of those places, I didn't even really have a big opinion on cats. But since we been in those situations, it's like I have such a greater opinion about it, and it's kind of crazy. But anyway, man, we like I said, we got some tasks to do around the yard today. And so this year I had some big plans for the garden, but things happened. This is what I had to settle with. I'll put it that way. I had such bigger plans. I had it set up before, obviously, I was ready to plant. I put a tarp down over it and put the pavers on top to hold the tarp down to keep the feral cats from dookie in my soil. And I got the motion sensors on both of these back pavers. I mean, if you're unfamiliar, they just emit a noise and then flash like bright light like a camera flash. And then I also put the black landscaping fabric down to give them less surface area to be able to pee and dookie in my garden. Right now I'm just gonna clean some of this debris up out of there. There are some weeds that have made it in here, like right there. They grew up from the bottom in this corner too. And if you got any tips for deterring feral cats in home gardens, please share. Yeah. Be careful. And this is what I'm trying to do right here. Get these seed pods from choking out my plants. I don't really care about it being spick and span. I mean, it's a garden, it's outside. But I gotta get these seed pods out. So I'm actually gonna use some scissors to thin out instead of pulling because I don't want to damage roots. But I'm gonna sterilize these because I don't want to risk disease with the plants, especially going from plant to plant, different species, especially when I cut these weeds out. I have 3 of them. One of them has some damaged leaves already. One of them is pretty strong, and then one of them is a little weaker. So I'm gonna snip, obviously, the first and the third. And then it also seems like we have some late bloomers here. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and snip those as well, so that we have just one plant. So I don't know what this is. This is not a melon. I'm gonna go ahead and chop that. I got one right there. I got one over there. Okay, yeah, here we go. Those guys out. Another one over there. Task 1 is complete. Then we can move on to the next task. This side of the yard. But we're gonna go over here and check on the compost because I have not checked on this in some time. Oh man, I can see so many mosquito larvae swimming around in this water. Y'all see those? Oh, there's a worm in there too. Is that a nematode? I don't know. Actually, I'd already planned to do a video on what went into our compost. All right, let's see what it looks like. Yeah, we're just gonna turn it, man. I haven't turned it in forever. It's not big enough to induce its own heat, so we gotta get in here and move it and shake it a little bit from time to time. I don't see enough worms in here to my liking. And I know you wonder, like, what does the compost bin have to do with stray cats, bro? The compost bin? Nothing at all. Hey, there goes one. Look, y'all see him? That's who I'm looking for. Those guys are the movers and shakers. It took me too long to find one. Stray cats have nothing to do with the compost in and of itself, right? But what they do have something to do with is why I keep a tarp over it. The tarp is to keep stray cats from using the compost as a toilet. But I tell you what, man, so far it's looking good. It almost looks like I can plant something in here already. And now that that's done, we can move on to our final task. We're gonna need these. Ta-da! That's it. Task number 3, man. Now you might be asking me right now, Sid, what exactly are we looking at here? These lawn care bags are filled with some old, dirty, cat poop and urine infested black mulch. And we're gonna finally get those emptied out, put them in these smaller bags, and put them to the road. So we scraped out all the black mulch from over there, put it in these bags, because it was filled with feral cat waste. And we still got a lot more work to do, as y'all can see. A lot of that old, dirty black mulch still has to be removed. And so the plan is to replace it with earth tone river rock, because the cats are less likely to go on that. They only pick up lawn waste for a certain amount of time throughout the season, through the year. But yeah, we did this before the pickup season started, so it was just sitting out here. And by the time the season is started, the bag had worn out. There's really nothing to it but to do it. So instead of sitting here and talking the entire time I'm doing this, I'm just gonna go ahead and set up a time lapse, and we'll do it that way. I'll see y'all on the other side.